Hey everyone, what's up? It's your girl BeeSparrowTalk Talk Radio. How y'all doing today over here on Spreaker? Your girl, she doing just fine. Thankful to be amongst the living. And if you are within the sound of my voice, I'm thankful that you are amongst the living too. All praises to the Most High Yah. Y'all, this world is in turmoil. Everything that can go wrong is possibly going wrong. Like the first decade of the 21st century, it's at the end, y'all. It's at an end. And it has been a decade of incredible turmoil. After a moderately quiet final decade of the past century, the world has witnessed unspeakable terrorism, earth-shattering disasters, natural and man-made, the resurgence of widespread armed international conflict, global financial meltdown, unbridled individual and corporate financial ethics, violations and escalation of nuclear expansion by rogue nations, and inability of the U.S. Congress to free itself from its political shackles. The world is in turmoil, y'all. That's why I say we don't have any time to be beefing one amongst the other. Life is too short. The Most High Yah has quickened the time, and we don't have time to be playing around anymore. Came across this article. Whew. It read, "Can religion keep the United States from sliding into tyranny?" Not can God or can the Most High, but can religion. Not the Most High Yah and his son Yahshua HaMashiach, but can religion keep the United States from sliding into tyranny? And for those of y'all who don't know what tyranny is, it's a cruel and oppressive government or rule. Like a nation under a cruel and oppressive government. So apparently somebody see that coming to the United States of this here America. Tyranny is coming to the United States of this here America. But can religion keep the United States from sliding into tyranny? Religion, the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. That's the definition of religion. A pursuit or interest to which someone ascribes supreme importance. So can religion keep the United States from sliding into tyranny? According to Yahoo News, the last several years have tilted the United States and much of the world towards a kind of chaos that has historically often led to some form of authoritarianism, however you want to pronounce it. So, and my phone won't come back on. The author, Ibo Patel, hopes the U.S. can emerge from these uncertain times into an even more robust, pluralistic democracy than we have now, rather than descending into a tyranny born of disorder. So, Patel, who's president of Interfaith America, says one way to do this is to make religious faith more welcome in public life. No less so. But for people like me who don't give a damn what the public say, we going to continue to praise the Most High Yah. When the world telling us we shouldn't be doing that, we're going to continue to do it. So we don't need the world. We don't need America to make our praise and worship to the Most High Yah more welcome. We know that people get offended when you in public worshiping. So, surveys show that Americans are becoming less religious and that this growing secularism has provoked a reaction among some of the right who want Christians to take control of the government and enforce moral codes. That's what we have the Bible for. That's what the Bible for, is to enforce moral codes. You can take control of the government all you want to. It has absolutely nothing to do with the Most High Yah. Absolutely nothing to do with God's plan that may cause tyranny on this country, the United States of this here America. Well, that's at least what a lot of people are predicting. Patel says making the United States more Christian is not the answer to what ails the country. At the same time, he still wants people of faith to have a loud voice in the public square. That's right, Cat. That's right. You tell the people again. Come on, tell them. That's right. Say it again. Patel says, I read that. The path forward. Patel says making the United States more Christian is not the answer to what ails the country. At the same time, he wants people of faith to have a loud voice in public square. I don't know what people of faith you talking about, but my people, y'all, the Most High's most chosen people, we're going to speak in a loud voice. We're going to say, we're behind the Most High 100%, and no matter what this government say, we're going to stick with the Most High Yah. How about that? We don't need no government. We don't need no president of a church or interfaith America to tell us that we need to start making religion public. That's not going to work. People have their own beliefs. People have their own religion. Now, my people, my Hebrew brothers and sisters, we just depend on the Most High Yah for everything. Not the government, not the president of church, not the pastor. We look towards the Most High Yah, most of us. And we try to follow his laws and commandments, most of us. We try to honor his Sabbath, most of us. We try to do what's right. Even though you have some people in this walk that's doing their own thing. They're not doing what the Most High say to do. They're doing what they want to do. They saying what they want to say. So Patel says the path forward is to recognize the power of religious faith, acknowledging that faith can be a force for good, but also sometimes for ill, and build a culture that respects all faiths and solicit contributions from adherents of each. So I don't know whether it's okay to respect all faiths, but there's only one Yah. There's only one true and living God, and that's the Most High Yah. One only living and true God. So I don't know if we should be respecting all of these other faiths. But interfaith work happens in the United States all the time, he says. Most people consider it positive. They just don't consider it interfaith work. When your grandfather is going through a triple bypass surgery at a hospital started by Jesuits with a physician team that is Muslim and Jewish, and the anesthesiologist is Hindu, and the people sanitizing the room is a Jehovah's Witnesses, and the person who runs the hospital is a secular humanist who grew up Buddhist. That's interfaith work. He got a point there. Every single one of those people, their faith is involved in that procedure, because they're all literally all whispering the prayers of their faith or the hope of their humanist philosophy as they walk in. That's true. I never thought of it that way. Like when I went to get checked out, when I went to the gynecologist last week, she looked Muslim. There was a white woman in there, and there was a Hispanic woman in there. Now, all four of us probably don't serve the same God, but they all worked on me. Right, Kat? You all in the microphone. This is Kiki, y'all. Say hi to Kiki. Kiki, why you all in the microphone? Talking about some meow. Move now. She about to prop her little tail down and sit right here. In the middle of my article. Get your butt out of my face, Kiki. She said, kiss my... Oh, girl. Okay, so... Yeah, and it just didn't occur to me that these three people that was looking at me, that was trying to figure out what was going on, all from different backgrounds in religion. That just had not occurred to me. All right, back to this article. Patel, in his book, We Need to Build Field Notes for Diverse Democracy, joins a catalog of recent works that seek to steer the United States away from a regression into savagery and self-sabotage. Well, good luck. Yuval Levin's 2020 book, A Time to Build, made the case for restoring a focus on institutions as key tools to strengthen the nation. Jonathan Roth, 2021's book, The Constitution of Knowledge, pointed to a system for producing agreement among competing views that was developed in Europe to stem countries of bloodshed over religious questions. Patel's book is a call for Americans to stop complaining and get to work. It is a hands-on tour of his own evolution from a snarky and cynical activist to the leader of a non-profit institution that argues that religious diversity is a foundational American strength. Why is there a diversity in religions anyway when there's only one God? When there's only one living and true God, why is there religious diversity? Now, my people believe that the Bible was written only for the Hebrew children. Because Yahshua said he come back for his for the house of Israel. He said he came back for the house of Israel. So is this book for the whole world? He said he only come back for the lost sheep of Israel, according to Matthew 15:24. So is this book for the whole world? Is it for the house of Israel? And Matthew 24 is the perfect book to go to, because since we're talking about turmoil in the world, since we are talking about turmoil, the world is just plumb mad, going up in flames. Like everybody is so angry with everybody else. It just don't make any sense. But then again, it does. Because we are living in the end times. Whether you know it or not, we are living in the end times. Too much turmoil is going on for us not to be. And everything that the Most High said is going to happen, is happening, or it's about to. Pretty much. Back to this article. Goes on to say responsible citizenship is a diverse democracy. Responsible citizenship in a diverse democracy is not principally about noticing what's bad. It's about constructing what's good. You need to defeat the things you do not love by building the things you do. Okay. Interfaith America was founded in 2002, and Patel's book tells the story of how the organization grew in fits and starts. It is at times a manual for building community organizations, but there is also a focus on the U.S. higher education system, to which Patel's organization has dedicated much of its attention. A former Rhodes Scholar, Patel writes in his book that universities should be civic spaces that specialize in teaching people how to engage in conflicts through language and politics rather than violence. Patel favorably quotes the comment of the Catholic philosopher Elcider McIntyre that a central purpose of higher education is to initiate students into conflict. It's an idea that runs counter to an increasingly dominant and sensuous belief system on many college campuses, where students and faculty alike have attempted to shut down debates around contentious subjects. So they're reaching out to I see everything in this article except for the Most High, y'all. He said that the universities need to do more to train students in how to solve problems rather than just pointing them out. Educators and the adults on campus have a role to play in telling students that they're responsible for things, not just for breaking things, and not just for telling other people what they're doing wrong, he said. Woo, there's a lot of that going on. Telling people what they're doing wrong. People not getting the speck out of their own eyes, but quick to tell people what they're doing wrong. He says we've had a 5 or 6 year period in American soil, political and cultural life, which is off the rails. And so he thinks that there needs to be extra emphasis on not just initiating people into anger, but shaping them into problem solvers. Because that's the issue. A lot of people don't know how to solve problems, issues when it comes to one another. We just want to stay in conflict. We just want to stay calling each other names, beating each other down. It's just devilish in itself. Don't have nothing good to say about nobody. And if nobody agrees, if somebody don't agree with what you agree with, you're so quick to judge them and to kick them down. Just kicking people down 24/7. All praises to the Most High Yah, though, for his grace and mercy. Patel's hope is that out of the chaos of the last several years, the United States can experience a refounding that moves the country toward greater religious and ethnic diversity and tolerance, that respects identity, that builds relationships between different communities, and that cooperates to have a common life together. Well, good luck with that. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. We've gone too far. We've come too far. Ethnic diversity? Yeah, right. Move the country towards greater religious diversity? Interfaith America creates curricula for educators aiming at increasing student awareness and dialogue around the role of faith and the importance of pluralism for a healthy democracy among the courses for nonprofit and for-profit organizations. to help them value the ways that employees can draw on their faith constructively. I don't think of interfaith work as a cure, Patel said. I think of it really as the fabric of our society. I do think that you strengthen that fabric and a set of good things happen, and a set of bad things are less likely to happen. I don't know, bruh. Listen, all we need is the Most High Yah. He's been trying to tell us that for years, but who's listening? That is why we're in turmoil today, because no one reads the Word of God. No one does what the Word of God says. And it seems like only a few are attempting to try. Just a remnant are attempting to try. Oh, it's your girl B Sparrow, BuzzzTweet Talk Radio. Y'all, holla at y'all girl. Okay? All right.